might know that NPR and this station lost their federal funding last year. That means it's a new era for public media. We're still here, and we're committed to serving you as our new chapter begins. Let's get to work to preserve this essential public service. Donate to this station today, and thank you.
Calling 888-376-9692 or click that donate button at wnyc.org or in the WNYC app. As you heard Wanda Summers say there, we're raising money for this station and NPR to bring you reporting in the public interest, like the war right now in Iran. And we lost our federal funding, so we need 10,000 donations in this fundraiser to help replace all that lost money. And we're asking you right now to support what you value. Support WNYC by donating to WNYC. You can do it at WNYC.org or call 888-376-9692. I'm Michael Hill, and Weekend Edition host David First with us this morning. Hi, David.
Hey, Michael. And this weekend, as news was breaking out of Iran, we paused our fundraising on air to keep you updated as the news was developing, and we will continue to bring you all of the latest developments out of Iran and Washington. But we do have ground to make up in order for us to stay on track toward our 10,000 donor goal. We need 30 listeners to step up this hour and become WNYC members. And we've been hearing from a good number of you already this morning. We have just 10 to go, and we're asking you to be one of those 10 this hour. We can do that. Come on, members of the Early Riser Club. We need to hear from you right now. 10 to go this hour. You can help us get there. It just takes a phone call. Here's the number, 888-376-9692. That's 888-376-9692. You make all of the journalism possible here at WNYC. You can also give at WNYC.org.
Support for WNYC comes from Focus Features, presenting Hamnet, directed by Chloe Zhao, starring Jesse Buckley and Paul Mescal. In theaters now. Awards eligible.
The John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, helping public radio advance journalistic excellence in the digital age. The Knight Foundation believes informed and engaged communities are essential for healthy democracy. More at kf.org. Informed and engaged communities are essential for healthy democracy. More at kf.org.
The U.S. and Israel's war with Iran has started to ripple through global energy markets.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Fidelity. A dedicated advisor can help create a comprehensive wealth plan. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
From Marketplace, I'm Sabri Benishore, in for David Brancaccio. 3 ships have been attacked in the Persian Gulf. A refinery in Saudi Arabia was temporarily shut down after it was attacked by 2 drones. Iran has said it has closed navigation through the Strait of Hormuz, and hundreds of ships are now sitting idle, unwilling or unable to pass through. Brent crude prices are up more than 6%. West Texas Intermediate is up more than 7%. Joining us now is Fernando Valle. He's Managing Director of Energy for the investment firm Hedgeye Risk Management. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, looking at the numbers right now, oil prices have gone up. Oil futures have gone up, rather. Why is that?
I think there are a few aspects here. One, obviously, is the disruption, the immediate disruption that you're seeing. There are fewer tankers coming around the bend of the Strait of Hormuz, which is close to 30% of world oil production. That is a combination of both just pausing because of the attacks and not to have any risk. But then there's also the issues of insurance and several insurance companies canceling insurance for ships transiting in the Strait of Hormuz. And that kind of disruption would force the oil market to consider some form of rerouting. There's just not a lot of ways to reroute that much oil within a very short time frame. So it's a question mark, and one that we don't have an answer for today.
How big of an oil producer is Iran, and where does that oil go? And is that oil not flowing now?
The oil is still flowing. There's been no news of an attack on Khargar Island, which is their main export hub. It accounts for 80% of exports. Iran's a fairly large producer, close to 4 million barrels a day. They export just under 2 million barrels a day, which primarily goes to China. It's over 80% goes to Chinese refiners.
Is China still getting that oil? Is it paying more for it? What does that mean for China?
It's certainly going to pay a lot more for oil and natural gas that goes through the Strait of Hormuz. They are the largest importer of oil globally. The U.S., as you may know, produces 13.5 million barrels a day, roughly. With Canada, we're close to 18 million barrels a day of production versus our 20 million barrels a day of consumption. So we're fairly evenly balanced, whereas China still imports over 13 million barrels, sometimes as much as 15 million barrels a day of oil. A lot of that comes from the Middle East. Iran can account for over 10% of those volumes, and they're going to get the oil, but at a significantly higher price. And especially Iran, because of the sanctions, was selling at a much lower price. China is now going to have to find a different supplier, potentially, or at a significantly higher cost than it was paying Iran. So the potential inflation shocks to China could be very significant the longer this lasts.
And how about us? How about in the U.S.? I mean, is this something that could trickle down to pump prices?
It almost certainly will. We have a more transparent mechanism to move oil prices into pump prices than China would. So it almost certainly will. And we expect it will probably be in short order. If the conflict does not escalate from here and Iran doesn't have the strength to retaliate, then it's possible that we'll get prices to come down. Also worth mentioning, the U.S. has a lot of capacity to grow production at these higher prices. It doesn't have that capacity at $60 oil, but at $75, it certainly can, and that will alleviate some of the impacts on the pump for American consumers.
Fernando Valle is Managing Director of Energy for investment firm Hedgeye Risk Management. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Great to be here with you.
All right, let's do the numbers. The FTSE in London is down 1%. Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures are also down between 1% and 1.5%. Dow futures down 497 points. The yield on the 10-year Treasury is down it's at 3.98%.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by GEP. With GEP Key, Agentic AI, and GEP Smart Software, GEP is at the forefront in agentic procurement orchestration and autonomous supply chains. And by Palo Alto Networks. Palo Alto Networks delivers what's next in cybersecurity innovation to protect today's digital way of life. Learn more at paloaltonetworks.com.